Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Before we begin this lesson, we want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shem,
Bahashem,
Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Shem,
Bahashem,
Chakwadash.
Wachakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah. So today's video is going to be about sparing the rod, okay? And as you can see, there's a tree branch right there. Just give y'all some examples of the ancient rods that they used to correct their children, all right? The ancient fathers, okay? And then the more modern day, you got the belt, all right? And of course, whatever your parents got. I remember when I was a kid, they would just bring out the sandal, the coat hanger, whatever was closest, man. And that's how you were able to grow up, not only tough and smart, but you was able to get discipline that you needed. Okay, which in the modern world, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, makes it so that you can't really properly discipline your children. All right, they call it abuse and this and that, but when your child ends up fucked up and in jail, that's not abuse, right? See, so with that, we're going to go ahead and start in the book of Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 24.
We have Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hath it his son, but he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes.
Con. Yeah, so if you spare the rod, meaning you don't apply that discipline to your child, right? You winking at him when he's doing wicked things, when he's making ignorant mistakes, you just laughing about it, okay? Which I've seen Edomites do that before, all right? And then, your child turns out fucked up. So that's why if you love your child, you're gonna whoop them. All right, you're gonna, yeah, it's not fun in the moment, but it's not about the moment. It's about the bigger picture. It's about his future. Okay, so yeah, if you spare the rod, you hate your son. All right, but if you love him, you're gonna chastise him. All right. So now we're gonna grab a precept to that. All right, this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 6.
All right. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth it, and Segureth. Salakia, how you say that?
Yeah, scurreth.
Scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
Con. So, hey, it's a beautiful thing to get chastised, man. If you're not getting chastised, that means you're a bastard. All right. That means, you know, because this is talking about the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, you so called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. We're getting chastised, okay, by the Lord because the Lord has chosen us to be his sons. So, these other nations, they'll get away with all these murders and wickedness, like Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The amount of murders that this race has done, all right, it's beyond words, it's beyond explanation. But see, they're still frolicking around in their little suburbs with their silver spoon in their mouth, chilling. Nothing bad happened to them, all right. But we do one little thing, all right, or not a little thing, okay. What we did was we were worshiping other gods, going on, learning the ways of the wicked. Okay, and then right away, man, in a very short period of time, the Lord will punish us. Okay, and we ended up going into slavery, which I'm going to grab some pictures here. You have ancient Egypt. Okay, we served slavery all together there, all 12 tribes. Then our tribe split. All right, we had the American slavery here, transatlantic slave trade. All right, the modern day African Americans. All right, so-called Negroes went through this slavery here, picking cotton, cooking, all this different stuff, hard labor. All right, beatings. at the hands of Esau, Edom. Okay, you had the conquistadors, which would play swords with our people's body parts and just, destroy children, stomp them out. Okay, destroy pregnant women, old people. All right, they would send their dogs after us. All right, and of course the same type of slavery, man, chattel slavery. And really ultimately that's the Lord uh who sent these devils against us, these Edomites, these different nations, as a form of chastening, man. All right, because on a small scale, you got a father beating his child because he did something foolish, okay, to teach him not to do that again, all right, in his life. But in the bigger picture, you got Yahweh chastening the whole nation of Israel over the course of hundreds of years, all right, to teach us, you know, to stick to his laws, all right, because the law was our schoolmaster. Right? You had over 600 commandments, right? You had the 10 main commandments, and the first one was don't worship other gods, right? You could look back in Egypt, all right, when we escaped Egypt, the Lord brought us out. Our people were worshiping calves, okay, and following the ways of the heathen. So the Lord, after that, a while after that, we went into captivity multiple times, okay? But ultimately, it's to build us up, okay? Because the chastening will make a better child, okay? So we're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. And this is chapter 30 of Sirach. We're gonna start at verse 8.
We have chapter 3, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 8. Okay. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them.
Now, this is we're gonna read Sirach chapter 30, Sirach chapter 30 and verse 8.
Come. An horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful.
Right. So you don't discipline your child. You don't give him the rod of correction. All right, he's gonna become willful. He's gonna become hard headed. He's just gonna do whatever he wants. All right, and ultimately, this type of child will grow up to be a fuck up. They will destroy their own life. They're gonna bring you grief as the parents. They're gonna make you look bad because people are gonna see your child, strung out on drugs, getting into car wrecks all the time, whatever it might be, locked up, and they're gonna be like, oh well, who raised him? Right? That's a saying in the world. Who raised you? Right?
Hmm.
People are gonna be thinking about, oh yeah, that's such and such, and then you're gonna get a bad name. You see, which that goes also into honoring your parents, right? So they didn't honor you, right? But then also you didn't give them the rod of correction. So it's a lose-lose for everybody, man. Uh, so with that, we're gonna go to verse 9.
Conquer, conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee unto heaviness.
Right, man. So this makes me think about cocker. The word cocker goes into, and we'll get it right here. This word cocker, it means salakia. This is an old English word, so we got to get the archaic definition. Right here it says, in its archaic usage, cocker can refer to a man. No, that's not it. Salakia. You see, they had it. They had the right one yesterday when I checked it. Archaic meaning. Here we go. In its archaic meaning, cocker means to pamper or spoil by indulgence. right? So you could think about the Epicurean way of life, where it's all about pleasure, and moms will often do this. Single moms will let their children just put their feet up on the couch and play video games all day, eat chips, drink soda, they don't brush their teeth, just letting the kid do whatever he wants to keep him happy so she could just do what she wants. All right. But no, that's not the right way to go. All right. You can't cocker your child. Okay. So let's go back. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 9. Yep, cocker thy child, and he shall make thee afraid, right? Now, this is the type of child that grows up to be what they call YNs, right? Israelites that'll crash out and blow somebody away over nothing, right? And then that ends up bringing a bad name to you and also destroy the child. See, it says, play with him and he'll bring thee to heaviness, right? Heaviness means, sadness, depression, just very heavy emotions, man. So with that, we'll go to verse 10.
Laugh, Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 10. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Gone. So it makes me think about the older generation. They would say, "Yeah, my dad never smiled. I never once seen my dad laugh." You see, and you know that's more how it ought to be than now, where you got fathers. They'll play with their kids and be all super friendly, and then they'll never correct their children. All right. And ain't nothing wrong with, enjoying your children growing up and all that. But the goal is to discipline, correct. Your children, they don't got self discipline. So you got to bring the discipline, man. It's just like we discipline ourselves to go to work. We discipline ourselves as adults to eat a certain diet, work out, okay, dress properly, clean our houses out, clean our car out, whatever. We discipline ourselves to do these things. These things are never fun, okay, but we make ourselves do it. Now, a child that just came into the world, they don't know anything. So if they're not doing the things right, pain is a great motivator. And this is, the truth that people don't want to talk about, okay? And for that, I got this AI overview here. I typed in avoiding pain is a better motivator than seeking pleasure, right? Which I heard about this before. So it says the statement that avoiding pain is a stronger motivator than seeking pleasure is a common observation, rooted in the idea that pain evokes a more immediate and intense negative response, leading to stronger motivation for change than the pursuit of pleasure, which is often seen as nice to have. Right? Because in modern time, you got parents, they just bribe their children. Look, if you be quiet, I'll give you a laptop or I'll give you this tablet and you could play on it. Okay? Which, that's not the right way to go. It's supposed to be through fear, right? The same way we fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? That's the way your children ought to fear you, right? You walk in the house, the children should straighten up, like, you know what I'm saying? And this is the old way, but this is the right way. The scriptures talk about seek the old paths. Where is the good way that you should go? Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. And again, it says, lest you gnash your teeth in the end, right? Because, you can live the easy life with your children now, be nice, be friendly, all this shit. But then when they get older, become adults, complete fuck ups, man. Bring you all type of hell, bring themselves hell. Okay, end up on drugs, end up on this or that, doing crazy stuff. And, you get a lot of these children now, they die before their parents, right? Because their parents never showed them the right ways, man. Show them the ways of Al Shem Shai. Show them the commandments, right? Show them to have faith in the Lord, okay? Show them discipline, right? Respect. And with that, we'll go to verse 11.
All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 11. Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies.
Right. Don't give him liberty, man. Right. His childhood is not about having as much fun as humanly possible. All right. That's the Epicurean mindset. No, childhood is about learning the boundaries and guidelines and the way he ought to live his life. Okay. And of course it's gonna be balanced. He's gonna have fun. He's gonna ride his bike. He's gonna play outside. He's gonna, you know, learn things. It's gonna excite him. Okay, learn new things, grow. Okay, but in that there's a strict regimen that the father has to place so that the child uh, uh, grows up the right way. Okay, and it says don't wink at his folly. Right? Don't let him slip, man. If he slips, you gotta correct him right there. You know, it's like you're in the military kind of. You're in the military. You can't be talking back to your sergeant. You can't be, getting lazy, eating donuts in in your barracks, right? Bullshitting, not cleaning your foot locker and all that, right? From what I see in the movies, they got them on a strict regimen. So, you know, that's not the time to go out and party, man. That's the time for the kid to like learn discipline, okay? And then we're just gonna go to verse 12, I believe in that. Yeah, verse 12, Baba Busha.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child.
Con, so on
Read.
the sides while he's a child, right? Not when he's old. A lot of times the damage is already done. Like I've seen parents, they want to discipline their kids. They get this idea, let me discipline my kid, and their kid is already like 17. He already fucked up. He's already fucked up. I mean, yeah, that might do something, but the real time to do it was when they were young, right? It says while he is young, right? When he is young, he is still moldable like clay. You see? And once he's old, he's kind of set in his ways, man. All right. So now, if those of you that have young children, this is the perfect time to listen to this lesson and apply what the scriptures tell you. All right, because that child could still be raised correctly.
All right, Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 12. All right.
Con,
Lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart.
con. So you see how these scriptures are saying the same thing over and over again in different ways, because that's how important it is, man. It's very important to know that, ultimately, if you don't take this very crucial step and being in your child's life to discipline him and teach him the way they ought to go, right? And not just the male childs, but the females, man. You see this monstrosity we got with these Eves out here, these hyenas, these crazy out of control women that, they think that men just exist to give them free dates, and they sleeping around, and you got women in their 40s, they can't get a man. You got beautiful women, young women, they can't get a man. They can't keep a man because their fathers were not there to whoop their ass and teach them, look, you got to act decent. The world does not revolve around you. You are not a princess. Don't ever tell your daughter she's a princess, man. What has she done to achieve that title? Nothing. You see? Oh, never settle. No, you got to settle for what you are. Okay? You can't be going thinking that you some hot shit. All right? That's pride, man. That's the pride of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Teach your children humility. You see? Both the male children and especially these female children, man, because females, women are just more wicked by nature, man. It was the woman who fell, not the man. You see? And again, yeah, it's gonna bring sorrow to your heart if you don't do it. So, hey, the scriptures have spoken multiple times, man. All right, and then we'll get that last one here. Sirach chapter 30 and verse 13.
All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 13. Chastise thy son, and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee.
Yeah, and the word lewd means ignorant. Okay, so yeah, chastise, right? Give him the rod of correction, hold him to labor, right? Have him do chores. You got wash dishes, sweep the house up. You could even teach your children to cook at a certain age, you know, because that ain't hard. I mean, just got to show them, look, don't leave the damn stove on. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 you know, have them do stuff around the house, help the mom out while you're gone at work. Okay, because that's also gonna build up his experience. So now when he gets a job, they won't be laughing at him like, you don't know how to sweep, boy? Damn, are you? Hey, that could happen, man. A lot of you single moms that coddle your sons, they end up looking stupid because that stuff is made to build up your children, man. It's not like you enslaving your child. I mean, technically you could use that word, but it's to build you up. It's not to make the child destroyed. It's to give him experience. That boy is gonna turn out to be successful versus the boy that don't even know how to sweep. He grabbing the broom backwards and sweeping against the grain like, oh shit, it ain't working, boss. You know, they gonna fire him right away. But you know, you're preparing your child for life, and that's a beautiful thing, man. So again, yeah, if you don't teach him, he gonna be ignorant, and ignorance is just lack of knowledge. Right? What does the scripture say? Wisdom is the principal thing. Seek wisdom and knowledge. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. And then we'll finish off with verse 14. This will be it.
All right, Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body.
You know, and you can teach your children also, teach them, you know, the wisdom of the scriptures, man. All right. Don't teach them to be bag chasers and just do whatever they can to get money. Right. He is a defense, but it's better to be poor and, you know, wise and healthy than to be rich, you know, full of diseases, man. Like, you got a lot of these rich people, they'll you know, they'll destroy their own body to get rich and end up with cancer. You know, there's more important things than money, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go over these pictures again, man. When we went through slavery, right? The Lord did it to build us up, right? Discipline us, all right? Because why? Because in the end, we're gonna have the ultimate glory, which is gonna be rulership over all these nations of the earth. We're gonna be gods, man. We're gonna have spiritual powers, all right? We're gonna have incredible, vast amounts of wealth, more wealth than all these nations put together, man. And all these nations will be our slaves in the kingdom. But as the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, so the Lord didn't just give it to us, the Lord disciplined us, built us up so that we're ready for it now. Okay, and that's the same way you ought to discipline your child with that thought in mind that, hey, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for your good, son. All right, and your son will love you for that, and your son will thank you for that when he's older. Okay, so with that, we want to give our glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rachakwadash.
Rachakadash.
And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And shalom to the whole full light. Shalom wa, ba ba ba.
Shalom.